as we can see the cars now rolling away from the false grid. So let's do the formal introductions, if you will. As we mentioned, Kerong Li from Boston, Massachusetts, and Jensen Global Advisors will not be taking the start of the race. So starting alone in row 13 will be the 18 of Maxwell Jamieson from Houston, Texas, for D-Force Racing. Up into row number 12, we have the 99 of Emily Linscott. She is the other recipient of our PMH Powering Diversity Scholarship. The 99 car out of Langdon Hills, Essex, Great Britain. She is driving for Crosslink Kiwi Motorsport. Next to her, welcome back to Will Edwards from Greenwood, Indiana, and Alliance Racing, the 28 car, doing a partial season with us this year. Great to have him back in the field. Oscar Haffar, the French-born driver, currently making his home in Mamaroneck, New York for Jensen Global Advisors, carries number 1 on his machine. Next to him is the 23 of Arturo Flores out of Leon, Mexico, driving for Bonilla Racing. He's the teammate to Matt Clark. Row 10 has the 03 of Hayden Bowlsbey out of Folsom, Louisiana. Hayden driving for Velocity Racing Development in the second half of this season. Next to him is the 25 of Joseph Daniele from Long Beach, California. Joseph also driving for Crosslink Kiwi Motorsport. Moving up into row number 9 on the outside, car 17, Jose Andres Martinez out of Monterrey, Mexico. M&M Energy sponsors Jose's car. Next to him is the number 2 of Jake Bonilla, another Texan out of San Antonio for Jensen Global Advisors. In row 8, we've got the 98 of Louka St-Jean out of Lorraine, Quebec, Canada for the iCar Canada team. And next to him, the driver making his first start with us, who's been on the pace all weekend long, Christian Weir in the 31 out of Naperville, Illinois for Turn 3 Motorsport and Bonilla Racing. The man who is currently 3rd in the points, starting a little deeper in the field than he'd like, that's the 22 of Nico Christodoulou out of Maple, Ontario, Canada for Velocity Racing Development. His teammate alongside is the 29 of Erikson Evans. Eric also from Johns Creek, Georgia. Eric raced with us last season, but this is his first start in the 2021 campaign. In row 6, the number 5 of Matt Christensen, the last driver mathematically still in the championship hunt, out of Orlando, Florida for J. Howard Driver Development. Next to him, the 36 of Justin Arseneau from Marin Heights, Quebec, Canada. He's the second of the iCar Canada Racing teammates. In row 5 on the outside is car 4, Seth Foley from Elkridge, Maryland, also for J. Howard Driver Development. Next to him, car 20, Viktor Andersson from Linköping, Sweden for Crosslink Kiwi. A pair of Crosslink Kiwi teammates occupy row 4. The 76 is Gabriel Fonseca from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And the 39 is Bryson Morris out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Again, the driver with a win at Brainerd in his first weekend of racing with us. Chase Gardner will start outside of row 3 in the 33 out of Prosper, Texas. Next to him will be the 26 of Matt Clark, the man who is second in the points by the slimmest of margins, out of Campbellville, Ontario, Canada for Bonilla Racing. Jason Alder, a 3-time winner on the season with a win already this weekend, will start outside of row 2 in the 77 car out of Cookeville, Maryland for Velocity Racing Development. And next to him with her best qualifying performance of the season, car number 8, Chloe Chambers out of Monroe, New York for Future Star Racing. She is the second recipient of our PMH Powering Diversity Scholarship. And now for your front row, the points leader, the number 19 of Noel Leon from Monterrey, Mexico, and D-Force Racing, the reigning NACAM 2020 champion, looking to clinch the championship with 3 races remaining. And finally, Ryan Shehan with his first pole, starting at the front in the 66 car out of Horseshoe Bay, Texas for Crosslink Kiwi Motorsport. That's your 25 car starting grid as the front row just now coming onto the pit straightaway here. They'll come to a stop in their assigned grid positions. We use the Formula One style light gantry. There will be 5 red lights that illuminate at 1-second intervals, and then a random amount of time expires and those lights go out, and that's the indication to the drivers that it's time to go. Jonathan Green has sprinted up the spiral staircase into the crow's nest here.
Feel like Rapunzel.
Exactly. As we can see the last few rows of the grid just now rolling into their grid positions.
John, I'm excited. I love it when the championship's on the line.
Oh, absolutely. It could not be closer. Only 16 points separating the top three and 2.5 points separating the top two. So this one is going to go right down to the wire. The second race at COTA is going to decide this championship, you can be certain. The light sequence has begun. You can hear the engines up on the rev limiter. 5 lights, and they're out, and they're away, and a good start from Noel Leon as he goes side by side with Ryan Shehan as they head down toward the horseshoe turn for the first time. Leon doing exactly what he needed to do, which is get in front of this field and hopefully keep all his championship contenders behind him, and that's what he's done so far. But Matt Clark sliding right up, or excuse me, Chloe Chambers sliding right up in there into second. She's still battling with Ryan Shehan for that spot. Ryan dives to the inside at NASCAR and will retake that second spot. Chloe in the third spot, and then behind her, Jason Alder and Matt Clark going after it.
Yeah, it was a strange start because Ryan Shehan got off the line well. Oh, we've got problems. Bonilla's gone round, another Texan act.
Actually, that's the one car of Oscar Haffar.
Yeah. Haffar. Yeah, I always look at that car and think of Bonilla.
Yeah, Oscar Haffar in the one has spun it right at the horseshoe, and at the moment he looks stationary, so unfortunately that might bring out a full course caution, but we'll wait for race control to make those decisions, and he's calling for the safety car, and that is going to do it. As right now they're still under green, but the safety car has been asked to stand up, and it looks like we may well have a safety car period here right at the onset.
Yeah, just what I was saying is that it looked like it was a really good start from Ryan, but then he kind of bogged, once he got off the line, he kind of bogged down a bit, and then Noel Leon sprinted ahead of him. Chloe Chambers almost attempted to get past him too. She got past him, but Ryan came back, as you saw there. So, yeah, great start from Noel Leon, just what he needed, given the championship being on the line, and just a couple of points between him and Matt Clark. F4, is that the lights out?
Yeah, lights have gone out late. Normally the lights are out on the back straightaway, but apparently the decision's been made that we're going to get the restart this time by. Noel Leon weaving back and forth. He has control of the field, and he can accelerate anytime he wishes, and he has done so right there in the final turn onto the front straightaway. Leon with a good jump as we are back under green flag conditions. Great battle for third spot as Matt Clark and Ryan Shehan go side by side. Clark with a nose ahead at the line. But here comes Jason Alder aggressively around the outside of our points leader, Noel Leon, at the horseshoe turn.
He's going to go try around the outside as Matt Clark. Shehan goes on the inside. Good defensive driving, and he's just holding him for now, but a great battle. Literally, they're tied together as they head towards NASCAR. Same for first and second.
Absolutely. Leon still with the advantage. Alder right under his rear wing. Great shot here as they come into the left hook. That's a very tricky transition right into a left-hander, or right-hander, excuse me, into the snake, and then up the hill they go toward the climbing S's.
And if anything, Sheehan's holding off the rest of the field while these two now pull away, but he's trying to drive defensively. Matt Clark gets alongside him again, and they head up towards the hill again. It really is close for third place.
Jason,
side by side, look at this.
Oh, Clark stuffs his nose in there, and Shehan drops a wheel off on the outside, but Clark gets it done. He's up to third. And now we've got a new leader as Jason Alder has taken over the point from Noel Leon. Clark now in third. Right behind him is Ryan Shehan. And then I believe that's still Chloe Chambers just behind.
Important for Clark if he's going to try and win this race. Chloe Chambers very wide indeed. So was Weir then. Christian Weir putting a wheel off. But very important for Matt Clark to get through early because he will lose touch with these guys if he left at another lap. So important to get past.
3 wide down the back straightaway as they head toward another great passing opportunity into the braking zone for the steeply downhill roller coaster turn. As our leaders coming there, and we've got another spinner. The 18 car of Maxwell Jamieson has gone around, and that looks to be at about halfway down the back straightaway. It's kind of a strange place to have a spin, but nonetheless, here we come to the start-finish line once again with a new leader, Jason Alder, taking over the top spot. Jason doing what he needs to do. He needs to win races if he is going to have a chance to close the points gap to the 3 drivers in front of him. Noel Leon in second, Matt Clark in third, but he's coming under a challenge from Ryan Shehan. Shehan not giving up easily.
No, and he's got the inside line too.
But Clark will have the inside line for NASCAR. And that he's able to hang on to that.
We've got another spinner and 2 cars off at the horseshoe. One going off into the grass, one staying on track, but turned round.
The battle between Shehan and Matt Clark highlighted there for third and fourth position. As they come up the hill, Jason Alder still your leader. Noel Leon right behind him. Then Clark, then Shehan, then the 39 of Bryson Morris. Right behind Morris, the 33 of Chase Gardner. Chloe Chambers has been shuffled back to 7th in that. There's the 5 of Matt Christensen, running in 11th position.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Christensen, Weir, and Christodoulou. Those are the guys I'm expecting to come through, so I'll keep an eye on them.
Christodoulou back in 14th position right now. He's got to work his way forward, and you can see the cars off the pace. It appears, it looks like, as we've got that spun car.
So we're under safety again, obviously.
Yep, they have clearly decided to throw the full course yellow because of that stalled car in a very dangerous position. Probably dropped a wheel off at the exit of...
He did, yeah.
Yeah, the oak tree, and that's what caused the spin.
This is their last race of the weekend, and crucial given that they're going to Coda, and it's going to be a lot of... There's added pressure by the fact that they're on the Formula One calendar in front of a massive crowd. And with the championship on the line. So this is a really important race to set yourself up.
And here we go for the restart. Jason Alder brings them around. He's delaying his punch off just a bit. Now he's got his foot on the throttle as they make their way down the front straightaway. Nose to tail.
Yeah, they really are. Nice clump there.
Matt Clark going to pop out and see if he can get around Noel Leon. And that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to keep Leon behind him if he can to close the points gap.
Shehan looking up the inside.
Yep. Clark's on the outside. If he can hang on to that position, he'll have the inside line for NASCAR.
But he's had the door shut by Leon. So, two cars going off turn one.
Bryson Morris and Chase Gardner right there behind to try to pick up positions. You can see Jason Alder with the green roll hoop at the front. Noel Leon still in that second spot. Matt Clark behind him as they work their way through the snake and begin the blast into the climbing S's. Yeah, two cars off, and it's Matt Christensen again and the 28 of Will Edwards who've come together. Will doing a partial season with us this season.
That's not good for Matt Christensen's hopes.
Nope, that's going to pretty much scotch any chance he would have to stay in the championship hunt.
I hate to say it, but we're going to be under safety again if they're really stuck there.
Yeah, I think we are. You can see the lockup.
Oh, they came together, yeah.
Yeah, very early on under the braking.
Oh, so 3 cars involved, one got going again, but the drone tells it nicely. It was under braking going into the first corner.
Yeah, and sadly that looks to be the car that maybe precipitated the event, got away with it. They were on the inside with locked up brakes. These same F4 cars, which run in other countries, might have a different power plant, a different chassis, but they're all built to the same FIA specification. So in theory, they could run
against each other,
against one another. All right, here we go. We do have the lights out on the safety car. We've got 3 minutes left. It's probably going to be this lap and one more before we see the checkers.
Important race for Jason Alder. If he gets the win here, can hold on to this lead, he is right in the point for a championship run at Coda.
He's got his foot in it, and away we go onto the front straightaway once again. Already we can see a car pop out the back there for about 4th spot. That's Chase Gardner and Ryan Shehan. Bryson Morris, I'm sure, involved in that struggle as well.
Yeah, that's tight.
And here they come down into turn number 1. The championship protagonists, Jason Alder, Noel Leon, and Matt Clark, in that order as they work their way through. And we've got yet another crash.
Weir, I think, is one of them.
Yeah, it looks like Christian Weir in the 31 is one of them. 2 of them are going to be able to continue. But the same situation there at turn number 1.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, that grass is really slick.
Got a feeling that they might, with it being the last lap and with them being just out on the grass. I don't know. We'll see. Another car's just gone off from 4th place.
Yeah, exactly. That might have been Ryan
Shehan. Yeah,
it might have been Shehan. We'll check it as they come up the hill here. Jason Alder, you can see them beginning to slow down as I believe the yellow flag has been called again. And this one's going to finish under the yellow. Noel Leon, Matt Clark will finish in that order.
Race incident It was Jason Alder leading them under safety across the line, and more importantly, Noel Leon in second and Matt Clark in third. So, confirmation of the results then. Jason Alder with the victory for Velocity Racing Development. Great team. D-Force Racing in second place with Noel Leon. And Matt Clark of Ganella Racing in third. Bryson Morris getting up the field there to fourth place. A good result for the Crosslink Kiwi Motorsport team. Chloe Chambers, that's one of her best results. Having started from third, she finishes fifth for the Future Star Racing team. Justin Arseneau is sixth. Christian Weir in the end, seventh. Gabriel Fonseca of Kiwi is in eighth. Seth Foley, 9th, and Joseph Daniele in 10th position. Further down, Louka St-Jean, he had a pole position yesterday. Jake Bonilla in 12th position, just out of the points. That's Hayden Bowlsbey, then Arturo Flores, Emily Linscott from Great Britain in 15th place. Jose Andres Martinez from Mexico for D-Force in 16th. Viktor Andersson of Sweden in 17th. Ryan Shehan, sadly, was involved in that incident, having started pole position. He won't get any points. Chase Gardner likewise involved in that collision at the end there.